last time. There we go.
Oh, so it did save all 3 of your clips.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know at least.
Prescott special. That's gonna sneak up on other Let's Plays we do.
Any other time you punch
I
somebody,
know
you gave
that.
him the Prescott special.
Well, it's not just beating them in the face. It's literally just beating them within an inch of their life.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful.
Oh man, yeah, that is good. That is definitely going to become a thing, and I don't want it to be.
Why not?
Because I mean,
It's a cheap
in
joke,
light
that's
of-
why.
yeah, it's a cheap joke. Plus, it kind of the reason why I came up with the joke was literally because of the Jason Todd special,
Yeah.
which I'm positive you don't know anything about.
I just rolled with it, to be honest.
The Jason Todd special is in reference to exactly how Jason Todd in Batman gets brutally beaten and murdered by the Joker using a crowbar.
Duly noted.
So, whenever someone gets hit with a crowbar, a lot of people like to refer to it as the Jason Todd special, especially whenever it comes to DC comics and other bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So, God damn it, I thought I muted that.
That's a hard nope.
Mexico, I don't want to hear from you right now.
I'll get to you later. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. I'll come back home someday. We'll have some enchiladas, some menudo. It'll be fun. Don't worry about it.
Oh, goddamn. Alrighty. So, shall we start this trip of an episode?
It's not downloaded yet.
Well, now you've got me. Okay, you like had me scared for a second. I was like, oh, is this one? Did I like forget one?
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah.
While we wait for Dio to incoherently download it. Competent fuck.
What did you find?
You know, I was thinking about this today. Now that I'm actually like awake, and I'm disappointed in myself for not actually catching on to that earlier. About the fact that Nathan, for the most part, doesn't have any real interest in photography, and how it kind of likes to skirt you towards him being the person responsible for the druggings, but at the same time, like, it doesn't add up if you actually look at it.
All those binders are filled with other victims.
Which, if I'd have been awake yesterday, I would have actually been able to
two
catch
together.
What a lame gimmick.
Yeah, but I will admit, right about the time you were putting all the evidence together, I blacked out and woke up whenever you were walking around the farm. So,
Yeah, that was a little monotonous scene, so I don't blame you. It's me trying to put shit together and remember how it goes.
I'm so sorry.
yeah.
I know you're close to Nathan, but your
Oh,
life
yeah.
isn't serious.
Today's stream brought to you by Huel.
Nathan just texted me. He says there won't be any evidence
With
left.
100% less Kate
Max, look,
than episode 1 and 2.
she's still there.
We're starting that early today, are we?
How? What the fuck?
Every episode, man. Every episode until we're done with this. I am going to be talking about Kate because you fucking let her die.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I could do it.
You directly ignored the psychiatrist in the room.
Yeah, well, the whole reason I did that was, like, you know, I've saved her before in, like, one of my playthroughs, so I was like, yeah, I got this down. We're gonna save Kate. This could be a fucking awesome playthrough. And then...
Yeah, a one-time success rate after how many playthroughs?
That was on my 4th. So...
Yeah, so you have a 25% chance in actually picking the right answer every time in a, I'm guessing, 3 or 4 4-point multiple choice answer.
Something like that, yeah. So, Yeah, that's what I get for being cocky. Wherever I get cocky in any sort of game, it never turns out well. It
Yeah,
turns into a David
especially
Dio
in
moment.
Smite.
Yeah. Even whenever I play alone, because I told you there was a game with me playing as Heatblaw. No, I was going up against the Heatblaw, and I was Nemesis, and I was wrecking shit. And then I totally got cocky whenever the level caps were coming in, and didn't end well for my case.
Yeah, you don't fight Heblaw.
Yeah.
You wait with Heblaw. Anyways, enough about that game, and back to...
Life is Strange. Since we're duct taped to a chair now.
Thank God this is finally going to be almost over. I mean, I will say that this is... You know what, I'm going to save that for final thoughts after this episode. But...
Okay.
So here we are, tied to a chair.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was actually reading something very similar to this scenario right before we started streaming.
I can only imagine.
Although I highly doubt this is going to end as peachy as that one did.
Yeah. There's going to be zero consent here. Oh, hello.
What? Where? The dark room.
The dark room.
Wait, he shot her.
He shot Chloe. We were drugged.
Yeah, he shot Chloe, so why isn't there a giant gaping wound on her chest?
That's Victoria, you schmuck.
Oh.
Chloe was shot through the head.
All
too,
these models look the same.
Do you see blue hair?
So why does he have duct tape on her hands? She could very easily get out of that. Oh, that's not duct tape.
I know, it kind of looks like duct tape, to be honest.
If it's duct tape, she is one weak-ass girl. Plus, there's more than enough room underneath for her to just pull her hand out.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like, it looks like duct tape, but the model's too shitty for me to tell if it's like... I don't know, I guess with the seam, it's supposed to look like leather bands or something.
Yeah.
God, I don't remember anything.
Hey, Victoria. I guess this is what it's like for a dog to be resting by a throne, huh?
I don't remember if she talks to us.
Victoria, wake up.
Nope.
Wake up.
That'd be hilarious if you could just, like, wake up. Or if, like, she woke up and you were just like, Neo. But then again, I take it this isn't the kind of game that would just take light of situations like this.
Oh no, you're supposed to be completely terrified because you're tied to a chair in the supposed dark room.
Right in front of me.
Which is actually pretty light in here, so...
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of that, for some reason this is... Well, actually I know exactly why, but this is reminding me of 50 Shades of Grey. That book that you love so much.
Oh, yeah.
Much better than any Stephen King novel.
Mm-hmm. That's all I was going to bring up. You claiming that those books are better than any Stephen King work.
Finally.
Humanity.
It's a lot better than Fahrenheit 451, I'll say that much.
I'll give you that to some degree, because, I don't know. I tried to read that book before, and I kind of lost interest in it. I'm going to try again one day, but, like, I don't know.
I hate looking at myself like that.
Mm-hmm.
You'll pay for this, Jefferson. I promised I would never go back in time like this again. But this is the only way.
Alrighty. Okay, why am I having so much trouble focusing today?
Because you gotta get your head in the game.
There we go.
Focus, you moron!
There we go.
Wow, that character model looks horrendous.
This model is often the most open and honest. No vanity or posing, just pure expression. Oh, Christ. Look at that perfect.
See, I know he's going for pure expression, but, like, it's being drugged up really pure expression. It's just, like, coming off a high.
Stay
Yeah.
Like, I admire what
I
you're
mean,
trying to
but
achieve here.
can't you just like find like someone who would actually be willing to do this?
Max, you fucked up my shot.
I'm pretty sure there are plenty of drug addicts who would love to do this. It's like, listen,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pump you full of drugs and take pictures of you. I'll give you money for
The
it.
second I saw your first selfie.
Just go to a bigger town. Solve your whole issue
I
of
know,
having
right?
to kidnap people.
I know, right?
I love
Which he actually came back from, like, New York City to do this shit.
not like
So,
Rachel, who was always
Yeah, he would have been able
wrong
to.
places.
He would have been able to get plenty of fucking drug addicts in New York. Why the hell did he come to this shit town?
Let me try this angle.
I don't know. Maybe he just likes the subjects around here.
Yeah.
Don't move. Much.
I don't know.
Thanks, Max. If only Nathan could see this setup. He
I'm
tried
sorry.
I can. Go ahead.
But you can't just
This always bugs
subjects
me.
around.
Like, I've never
Expect
seen, like,
copies
high-end
of
cameras
style.
before, but, like,
Think.
that doesn't look like a DSLR. That looks like one of the old jank
eye for
camcorders. You know, like whenever...
This is a little family will
Well,
find
he's a
out
hipster. What do you expect?
with our
Yeah,
media
this is
babe.
true. It could be something like that in all reality and just new lens on it.
Could have just like an upgraded, or like what a lot of people do with PCs and shit, where it's like an upgraded bod, or it's an upgraded material, but it's a
Too bad
like
you're
a
so
vintage model.
goddamn nosy,
I
Max.
see that.
But this
Because,
room
yeah, they do
is
that
in the
with
21st
a lot
century,
of the old
so
Polaroid models, is they just, you know,
text you from
make new frames and try and simulate what the film was like back then, but kind of upgrade it a little bit so you don't have as long of wait times and stuff for it to develop.
Texting with your little friend. Chloe. Right. Yeah, I'm sorry that that Nathan killed her in self-defense. But she had a troubled history like most Arcadia
So-
Bay dropouts. Nobody will be surprised or care. Though I promise, people will care when you die tonight, Max.
So, what exactly are you hoping to achieve by traveling back in time whenever you're drugged?
Okay. Now this looks good. Maybe.
Honestly, don't remember
more
what she's trying to
close-ups.
achieve from this point on.
Maybe she's just acting for the moment until he
Not
gets
move
like
so much.
into the
I
nice
need you
range.
posed and framed my way.
I don't know.
Maybe a new dose will calm you down.
Oh, I think we get dosed and then we're right back where we started, if I remember correctly.
Now don't move or this will hurt much.
So you have to find a way to stop it,
Bitch!
I guess.
You just don't listen, do you? In fact, you never
I know
did
there
hear
is
much
a
in my
part like
class. If
that,
you
but
had, you might have seen all this
I'm trying to
coming.
remember.
God damn, you are a fighter. though. I've had my eye on you, and I've noticed that you've
Yeah,
been more
I think the whole purpose of this scene
fearless,
is just to pretty
maybe
much,
your
you
whole
know,
life.
show us how creepy Jefferson is.
I guess.
Remember my number one rule. Always take the shot.
Get it? Take the shot.
Yeah. Eh. People like him are a dime a dozen.
Oh, so
Somehow or
that's-
another, Chloe's gonna make it out of this.
Yeah, that's why that happened, because we kicked the tray, spilt the medication, and then, you know, now the folder's
Can't
opened.
believe that happened. So sick.
So maybe you can travel even farther back in time?
I think that's what this picture will do.
I'm definitely more awake in this photo. I could try this one.
Well, it's Boogie, eh?
This might work. Please work.
Focus, you moron!
Give me a second, I need my glasses. There we go. You know, I'm surprised Max doesn't have glasses just to add, like, you know, some sort of texture to her or something.
I'm getting some spectacular
something to make her a little bit
images
more
here,
interesting.
Yes, Victoria would kill to
And that's why she like values the
She doesn't understand
sight of a
our
camera, I guess you could say.
connection.
Yeah.
You're the
Now
one
see-
that acts. I choose you. Your portrait.
Fuck you.
I had a
You're
point and I
trying
lost
too
it.
hard. I know you're scared. You all have the
That's how
same
my mind
dull
works
eye
whenever I'm
look
trying
when
to
you
come up
wake
with something.
Yeah.
But
replaced by fear as you realize what's about to happen.
Mr. Jefferson.
oh yeah, that's what I was
Why
going to
are
say.
you
You know,
doing
with the
this?
amount of time, or with
I'm so glad you
her
understand
being
the
drugged
question.
and constantly coming in and out of consciousness, there's no telling
I'm
whether or not we've been
obsessed
here
with the idea
for
of capturing
a
that
day
moment
or
of
for
innocence
weeks.
evolves into
Because it's
corruption.
very obvious that at this
That
point
shift
that
from
Victoria's
black
not
to
here.
white
So that means that at some point he did have to leave and
models are
fulfill his
cynical.
duties as a
They
teacher and also
lose that
lure her back
naivete.
here.
However, some Blackwell
Yeah.
students
So-
carry their hope and optimism
That's one
with
This
thing
could
about
be
this
taken-
chapter.
an aura.
You will
And
like
those
not
lucky
comprehend the timeline of
become
this
mind models.
at all, I would imagine.
By
Like, I'm sure if you
Well,
sat
the-
down and plotted
You're a
this all down, you
psychopath.
could, but, you know.
And this is your last
Well, the
session.
fact that she's not completely dirty, or well, if you're going by it from like an actual realistic
I'm so sick.
standpoint,
Nobody knows what's
rather
happening
than
right now.
like the shitty graphics, the fact that her hair and the fact that her face,
Sleeping
her
30 years
hair
too
is the same,
harsh for my
pretty much the
gentle
same
brains. And don't get me
consistency,
started
I guess.
on your late partner.
And there aren't really any bags under her eyes, and her skin looks still the same way. It can't be it'll be at maximum like 2 or 3 days that she's been
Go
gone.
to hell.
Yeah.
You will for everybody you've hurt.
Unlike pure sweet Kate Marsh, I don't believe in that bullshit. She could have been my masterpiece. The world is what an artist makes it. And my muse.
Blah, blah, blah. God, I hate
Well,
you
then
for
why don't you
that.
ask somebody for
Might as well
permission to
consider
do
this the
this?
last year.
It's like there's an easy way to go about this, and you're not taking
Your
that easy
face
part.
changed.
Yeah, like some people could consider this serial like a serial
I want you to know that.
issue,
Too bad you already made
but
a
I'm pretty sure
convincing
if you put it in the
argument
right
for the
light,
principal's
anybody
office.
would love to see this.
You so
One, like,
Or anybody
you know,
would love to A, see this, and B,
I
do
know that the
this.
Prescotts are
One,
going
the
to have
whole
a
thing
major
that makes
scandal
him
when
not evil
town
is if he
finds
has
out what their
consenting
late son's been doing for homework.
subjects.
If he
you
has
know?
consenting models, yeah, that's the entire thing, and that's what I don't get is why does he have to resort to
I prefer
this
the term
specifically?
manipulated.
Did he try this in the past and get negative
Nothing's supposed to be easy
backlash?
to twist
He was in the
around.
middle of New York where it's drug central.
Father figure for an
Why did he have to resort to kidnapping people
teacher-student relationship.
whenever he could just walk up to someone and say, "Hey, do you want to be the next big
For a
thing?"
while.
I half want to say it's because he has this whole thing of, I want to say it's like a dark art of his. He wants to find like the purest form of like panic and awakening, I guess you could say. So, I guess that's the whole emotional side of it. If you have consenting subjects, then you don't get that look of panic and dismay and various things. Although
Well, again, there are plenty.
drugged up.
There are plenty of people who would be into that. People who like the thrill of being scared. Like, there's this website. I don't know if it exists like in the regular web or in the deep web or something like that, but you can pay a ridiculous amount of money to get people to kidnap you for a specific amount of time.
Fucking together in
And there's a whole bunch of like waivers and shit that you can that you have to sign to make sure that nothing actually happens to you. But you can pay them to do whatever you want them to.
Huh.
And
Interesting.
once you sign the waiver,
Sorry, Max.
they won't, or they'll do it, but they won't do it
That was not
on like a specific date.
It's like within a span of
They'll-
a month or something.
But no tears. Los Angeles.
Yeah,
would have killed
pretty
her
much.
anyway,
And then, but there are people who that shows that there are people that live for this kind of stuff. So he could very easily just like put out like a Craigslist thing or like put an ad in the newspaper. Is anybody looking to be scared?
It's just
And
too
then get
bad
into the
that he fell in lust with
deepest or
Rachel.
the deep parts of it. Have them sign a couple legal waivers and get some lawyers, some paperwork, and then you say, okay, we're gonna do this.
Where is Nathan now?
Dead and buried. After what he did to Rachel, I knew I couldn't leave him. as a
It's just
protege
came to
for
mind
much
since
longer.
we've been talking so much
police
too.
will never find his body.
The funny thing is,
He finally
this whole
get it
game,
now,
since we've
Max.
been talking so heavily,
I
I've just
can't
been hitting
compromise my
whatever
vision with amateurs.
Sounds good for the moment, and it really hasn't changed the game that much. So, you know, just to go back to that a little bit.
Man, this game really is a game where your decisions fucking matter, isn't it?
You're gonna die, motherfucker. For
I
Chloe
mean,
and Rachel.
as much as I hate to bring it up
everybody
again, you know, Kate's decision was pretty permanent, but, you know.
By
Yeah.
your own choice. Anyway, I like my novels to be seen and not heard. So I have to make sure there's nothing left behind.
No, she didn't bring herself here by her own choice. You literally drugged and brought her here.
Let's see how these shots came out.
You know, you could have
See
found
why
someone
instant
to
camera is so
to
appealing.
drug
You
and
don't need a
bring
computer to
here
prove
with their
it.
consent, but
You
no,
can
you
make it all
choose to do it this
complicated.
way. I know, right? Like, I can even see how he would be able to do it, right? It's like he says,
I have all those
I'll pay
things
you
in
this
my
much, you sign these legal waivers, and I will go within these specific bounds. And then at some point, I'm going to drug and kidnap you.
Let's see how these shots came.
Wait,
And that way he keeps himself
Mr.
at the
Jefferson.
specific, or
Max.
within the
I would
the
love
area.
to talk shop, but I really need to go over these pictures, especially while they're fresh in my mind. I think our session was a career high for me.
Okay. Let's go with that.
you still have my diary.
Don't worry. Nobody's going to read it. Thanks for reminding me.
Oh, come on, you prick.
There's nothing more innocent than a teenager's diary.
Nope.
Oh, look at your selfies. What a waste of talent. Look at that shot, Max. You can do so much better.
Oh, that was easier than I anticipated.
Yep.
There we go.
Well, at least this shows that he doesn't know much
I
about
could
time
frame
travel.
each one of you in a
Yeah.
So,
and capture you in a moment of desperation. Shh. I believe Max has taken what you kids call a selfie. A dumb
I'm
word
back.
for a wonderful photographic
Right
tradition.
back where I started this insane week. And nobody is going to hurt Chloe ever again.
That is one of the most obscure, like, foreshadowing things of this game. Remember how I told you that he kind of
there's a lot of
foreshadows that
foreshadowing
he's...
in this sentence.
Yeah, it's the whole thing,
Yeah.
you know, I could capture any of you and capture you in a moment of desperation, you know.
Long as it's been around. Now, Max,
It's like if you knew what that meant,
since
then
you
this whole
captured
story would
our
be
interest
for
and
naught.
clearly want to join the conversation, can you please tell us the name of the process that gave birth to the first self-portraits?
The Daguerrean process.
Oh, well, that was easy, Max.
I don't know. Why don't you tell me why you killed Rachel?
Well, okay then. So, the Daguerrean process made portraiture hugely popular, mainly because it gave the subjects clear, defined features. You can learn more when you actually finish reading the assigned chapters. Obviously, Max has read them.
Or we
Guys,
cheated.
don't forget the deadline to submit a photo in
Yeah.
the Everyday Heroes
To change time.
the winter to San Francisco, where you'll be feted by the art
First,
world.
let's make it real easy to capture Mark Jefferson.
Melissa, get it together.
So,
Taylor, don't hide. I'm still waiting for your entry too. And yes, Max, I see you pretending not to see me.
Bastard.
Okay, so we gotta...
I have to warn David about Jefferson and the dark room.
Oh yeah, that's what we're doing. We're going to David.
All
I thought
need
we'd
is
talk to him in
Wait.
person, but...
we're back in time. Why don't you save Kate?
Next closer to life without
I mean,
parole.
she's alive. She's right there.
You know how this ends.
This diary literally saved my life.
Oh, here we go.
I should be able to track down David's found you.
There we go. David's number.
For once, David, I'm praying you'll overreact to this as much as everything else. And take Jefferson down fast.
David is the cop, right?
The
No, he's
security
the
guard.
guard.
The contact
Yeah.
asshole.
Chloe's stepdad.
So maybe I'll be going to San Francisco. And Jefferson, you'll be going to prison. The past within the past. Am I pushing myself too hard?
Kate.
Hi, Kate. Oh, hey, Max.
Kate,
Yes, you are.
listen to me.
I am.
Always remember that you're not alone. I've got your back no matter what happens. So do a lot of other people. We all care. We're all here for you. You need to know that.
Max, that makes me feel so blessed for the first time this week. I don't know what to say.
That's okay. Neither do I. Maybe we could both use a hug.
Oh.
I feel like flying right now.
You always know the right thing to do.
That's supposed to be like a Titanic reference or something.
No, flying as if she's jumping off a building, you dumbass! Come on! Come the fuck on, man!
Oh.
We literally made the same joke about when Chloe was a goddamn quadriplegic.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Jefferson, we need to talk.
Can you see I'm talking to Mr. Jefferson now?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
fuck off,
see.
bitch.
But maybe you shouldn't.
And why not?
Hold on, Victoria. Are you
Cat
okay,
fight,
Max?
cat fight.
I will be when Victoria understands that hiding behind a screen, posting videos of people is incredibly cruel and unfair. You're smart enough to know how easy it is to hurt somebody, to destroy their life. I just want you to think about how much it would hurt if somebody did that to you. You can always make the right choice, Victoria. I know you've got a good heart. I've seen it.
Listen, I didn't...
You don't have to explain. There's no reason for you to be so insecure that you
I don't
can't
have to
be
explain
happy with
either
your own
how I
talent.
know these things.
Wouldn't it be better to lift people up than to bring them down?
I have the power of premonition. What? Rewind time.
Okay, I don't know what you're
Messed that
talking
one
about right now. Do I,
Yep.
Mr. Jefferson?
I think I should stay out of this one, Victoria.
Then I guess I'm done talking.
And that's okay too.
Yeah.
That was kind of random, Max. What did you mean?
Here's my photograph for the Everyday Heroes contest.
What a bitch.
Oh, that was easy.
No. It wasn't easy at all.
Well, I can't prejudge yet, but I'm very happy you decided to enter. That means a lot to me. And Blackwell, the first step.
So
for
what did she
anyone
give him?
is to put themselves out there in the
Her
world
photo
without
for the
fear,
contest.
to be
Which was...
innocent.
I think it's the selfie that we just took, if I remember correctly.
Well, thanks for the photo, and maybe both of us will be jet-setting. to
Oh
San
no,
Francisco this
it's
spring.
a photo we take
Maybe
back in our
only
dorm
one of us will
room.
be
It's
going.
still a selfie and
Don't be so
everything,
modest, Max.
but it's a photo that we take in the dorm room because I
You are going
think
to
we
find
go
out,
back
Mr.
using that
Jefferson.
picture later on too. You know, so we give it to him so it's in his possession, and then you know we're back in the dark room. So I think that's how things go.
Alright. So, Chloe dies? Nothing happened in that photo.
Oh,
That-
so the cops have found everything. Okay, so we got Jefferson arrested. Okay.
Alright, cool.
Was Kate down in this world? Oh, it just switches to them finding Rachel's body. Damn. I was like, did comforting her really, you know, just like completely save her? It's like, please.
No, it didn't.
Oh, yes, it did, because she's in that picture. Maybe? I'm hoping.
No, that's Victoria. So nothing changed with. So Chloe still managed to take down Nathan by herself?
So
No,
since
no, because I guess you had enough time to go back to the bathroom and hide and everything.
yeah, since Jefferson is arrested and everything, like pretty much none of that happened,
Okay.
and we won the photo
okay,
contest,
Max.
and we're going
You're
to
On a plane.
go and celebrate at the
I hope I did
exposition
everything
or
right
whatever.
this time.
But
Sure.
Principal Wells has to take us because, Jefferson's in prison now. So
Good work, David.
You didn't do everything right. I can already tell something fucked up.
well, I'll tell you this much. This happens no matter how you play it.
Chloe,
Yeah, I can imagine.
you're alive.
Yeah.
Oh, you're alive.
Texting on the airplane? Aren't you not supposed to do that?
Fixed everything.
I think it's
Wow, sorry.
like nowadays at least it's just whenever you're like taking off and
Landing?
returning. Yeah, landing.
But then how do they communicate?
Yeah, this is true. I don't know. Like I hear so many different stories of how like
Be careful.
electronics are handled
I'm
on
still
planes
between
and like
realities.
whether it's
And
even really worth
I
it or
can't
not.
focus on this one for too long. It's so weird to be in between realities. Everything is out of focus and in the distance. Aw, I haven't seen Hot Dog Man in forever. Chloe
For some
and I
reason,
used
that's
to
like a
totally play
prominent
the video
like
game and watch him all the time.
item in this world too is Hot Dog
When
Man.
we were
I don't
innocent.
like you see it in a lot of fan art
Maybe.
and everything.
Because he looks cute,
We're almost in
guess.
San Francisco.
and he's already covered in goo, which makes the porn a lot easier to make.
It's pretty lewd, man.
I love being cold.
Dude, you can't tell me that. You can't tell me that fucking porn of Hot Dog Man doesn't exist.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
Beginning of the end for
I want to
Jefferson
look, but I don't
and
want to look at the
Prescott's.
same time.
Please fasten your seat and stow any electronic gear until the plane is on the ground and at
So she's slowly but surely becoming a singularity. Is what that's telling me. The fact that the distance is so out of focus.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you enjoyed your trip, and we thank you
Yeah,
very
and the
much
more
for
and more we go back, the more and more
come fly
corrupted,
with us
I guess you could say, distances are.
I don't think so.
Like we'll be in the
I'm
singular
hoping
moments, but like, see, we can't even see the
airline
fucking
sinks
front of
get
the plane
smaller,
right
so I
now.
won't have to fly at all anymore.
Which, I'm sure that's half just because they didn't want to render an entire plane. But,
Animate. Yeah.
How did you sleep?
We're running out of time, guys, but we still have all these scenes to make. Quick, cut them in half and come up with some bullshit excuse.
Pretty much, because there are a lot of places we visit and a lot of places to
So I
go
hope
in
you'll
this
forgive
chapter.
Between Mr. Jefferson and Prescott's, things have been hectic, to say the least.
I totally get it, Principal Wells.
That's a smart way of telling me to stop now. We are proud of you for representing Blackwell at the Everyday Heroes contest. I know I'm not exactly the guy you wanted in San Francisco, but we all want you to have a great experience here.
I already am, and we're not even there.
That's one thing I still haven't done is flown before.
I've done it
Christ.
once, and honestly, I'd prefer to drive.
Yeah.
Max.
I can imagine.
Not that I have,
Not just
not that I have
all
anything
the
against the
time.
flight. The flights were fine, but the
The other people on the flight.
no, it's just like the wait times between them.
Yeah. As with any other public form of transportation.
Yeah.
The Zeitgeist Gallery.
So have we completely become a singularity yet?
Not yet. We still have to revel in the glory that we won the contest and everything, and our
The glory that is this over pompous artsy bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Well, here in a second, I'll show you the best art. There it is. It's the best art form in this building.
Oh, that kaleidoscope thingy.
Just the random light bars on the wall.
And this gallery is huge.
I mean, I can understand if like photography or how photography can be like something interesting, and how like photography actually can portray a couple of images. But we're getting to the point where it's getting so stupidly abstract. Where there was a picture earlier in this scene where a girl was holding up a couple of fucking grains in her hand, and it was displayed in an art gallery.
Yep. I'm actually kind of glad this seat is here because I can discuss your views on modern art.
Well, I mean, here's my thing, right? Like scientific art, like I don't know what it is, but it's like it's like those sculptures where if you look at it one way, it's something, but if you look at it another way, it's another thing.
Optical illusions.
Yeah, somewhat, but not exactly. That is interesting art. A picture like that picture where it had like a picture of an African child kneeling while a buzzard stood just a couple feet away waiting for him to die. That's a strong piece of art.
Wowzer, Max.
But a picture of like someone just walking through New York, or a picture of like a girl holding a couple pieces of grains belongs on fucking Facebook. It doesn't belong in a gallery.
See, like this definitely belongs like just in your photo gallery.
It's something like I could take a photo of something random in my house and come up with some bullshit reasoning behind it. It's not art if it doesn't tell the story in the photo. You know, if you have to explain it, then the photo's not the artwork. The artwork is in your
storytelling.
words. I wonder if I can buy this every day. It's like I could take a picture of like my Nintendo Switch case that sits like, or I could take a photo of like my messy ass house and say that this represents the downfall of society and exactly how badly children are getting raised nowadays because they can't do things as simple as clean up after themselves. And all I did was take a photo of my living room. There has been no design. I am not some sort of genius architect that put my clothes in a very specific pattern to represent something. It's just a bunch of random shit. But it's what I said behind it that could probably get it on a mural in some art gallery somewhere. And I would be proclaimed a genius.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is my issue with art more than anything, is that it doesn't tell the story like it used to. Or it didn't raise any like actual questions. But I do respect people who can like paint and who can sculpt and who like make modern art. Don't just take pictures of modern society.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is the thing, is art is so relative that it's like, I don't bash anybody for saying like simple stuff like that is art, but it's by no means like, you know, the simple stuff that you're explaining.
It's by no means a masterpiece.
There you go. It's not
like
something
any
that
picture
I would go
can
for.
be art, but I can't sell the picture that I have of me at my niece's birthday party. I can't sell that because other people can make a photo just as good as that. But that doesn't mean it's not art. It just means that it's
And there she is
not worth anything in the modern world.
You did it, Max. You're a real artist. At least.
So kind of like the picture we submitted, that's not something of your forte, I would imagine.
Well, it does tell a bit of a story. It's
Hey,
so we completely forgot about the typhoon, didn't we?
I'm okay. Jet lag.
And it's still gonna ruin Blackwater.
Blackwater. Arcadia Bay.
Oh, you left the ringer off, idiot.
What was it called? Blackwell?
Please answer.
Oh, Blackwell. Yeah. The school.
What?
Yeah, so we're out here being happy in San
Chloe,
Francisco
where are
looking
you?
at all our art, and then that tornado blows through.
Chloe,
So we're going to have to go
can you
back and
hear
fix
me?
that.
Hello?
Ugh.
Hello?
And the only way to fix that is to kill Chloe.
Oh my god. The tornado was real. Oh, I didn't fix
Yeah.
shit. Chloe will die. Arcadia Bay is gonna be destroyed.
Because pretty much if we kill Chloe, none of this happened. And if we let her
There has
live,
to be a way to
then
stop this.
just the two of us are going to
For
escape.
good.
Do I...
Fuck the town.
Oh yeah, I have to go up to my picture. I was like, how do I get back
How do
again?
these galleries afford to rent here?
At this point, we've already so selfishly fucked everything over. We might as well go all the way.
This world means nothing to me.
Uh,
I've been through so
Excuse
many
me,
universes.
I'd love to ask you a few
You
questions
schmuck.
about your work.
Sorry, but
Well, I mean, the way I believe power. Oh, I thought you were talking to me whenever you said you schmuck.
Oh no, it's this guy that interrupts you while you're trying to
Your
time
mom's
travel.
coffee,
This bitch
right?
too.
Tell me what kind of instant camera you use.
can we talk later? Thanks. I literally do not have the time to deal with everybody.
There we go. Okay. What were you about to say? Sorry.
You literally have all of the time to deal with everybody. You could live out your life for the next 50 years and
As
then
long as you
go
don't
back in
lose that
time.
picture.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, my head.
Bad fucking writing everywhere.
Yep.
It feels like reality is breaking apart.
And
What am I
reality
doing
is
to time?
warping around us.
Becoming part of
We
the
are
singularity.
slowly
I just have to make one
singularity,
simple change,
existing
so I won't
outside
end
of
up in San
time.
Francisco. Simple. Sorry, San Francisco. Chloe comes first.
Well, fuck that picture.
Yep.
So, no more contest. Oh yeah, I forgot. This lands us straight back in the chair. You think I'm kidding?
I can believe it. No, and he burns the picture?
I don't remember what he burns in particular. Nice slicker, jackass.
Oh, fuck. God, no. I'm back here again? I thought I fixed everything.
What did you say, Max?
What? Jefferson should be in jail, not here.
Jesus. It's like you're back in my class. You're still spacing out.
Oh, it's a little bit more than
It might
spacing
be
out,
cool
I
to
assure
enter
you.
one of your patented selfies now.
Yeah, I bet.
Transformation between the old Max and the new Max. Anyway, answer my question, please.
Yeah.
Eat shit and die.
Good answer. Good answer. Hey, your
Fuck
nose is
you.
bleeding. Probably gave you too big a dose. Sorry about that, Max. But considering you're about to die, a nosebleed is a first world problem. Oh, I had to let Victoria Chase go.
You let her.
Don't be stupid, okay?
Okay.
She's exactly
So how are you gonna get
where
out of
she
this?
deserves to be.
I think there's
As
another
if you
photo
care.
some way, somehow. There's always a photo. It's the ex machina of this game.
No.
There's always a
There's
photo.
always another photo.
Mm-hmm.
Your iris, that dialect.
So it's a good
Except of
thing.
me!
Yeah.
The pictures you're taking.
It's a good thing we're so in such a
Too
like
bad you
photography
destroyed
heavy.
your gift.
Well,
You could have won
rapist
the
for one
contest,
thing,
but you destroyed your own beautiful photograph.
but just community in general, or else there wouldn't be so many photos around here.
Sorry, I burned all your stuff. I got a little carried away.
Fuck. He burned my diary.
Look at this photograph. That explains the entirety of this game. Every time I do, it takes me back in time.
Somebody heard that Nickelback song. Is like, let's make a game about it.
Let's make a game entirely dedicated to Nickelback.
Yep.
This guy actually looks exactly like Chet Kroger, so yeah. No.
Does he really?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't even know what that name means, to be honest. Is that like the lead singer?
Yeah, he's the main singer.
Okay.
Working with you on these final sessions. I hope these images will be appreciated for what they truly capture. The loss of youth.
So she has been here about 2 days.
So it would seem.
So this because the storm was supposed to happen on a Sunday and the party was Friday.
And I promise.
Oh. It's losing.
Jefferson.
No, it's actually paying attention to the story, which I'm surprised you didn't figure that out in 4 playthroughs.
The other times were just like...
My god, man, I'm half-assingly paying attention to this story. And I was able to put together more shit than you can.
Okay, like the objective of the first time I played through was just to experience it. Second was to get all the achievements because I played it on Xbox. And third was to save Katie. Like, that's been the extent.
But you didn't even bother to pay attention to the story, like, at all? After those playthroughs?
I promise. This final dose.
I mean, I experienced it the first time, and that was about it. Like, I kind of knew how the story went, so I didn't, like, try to connect more and more together, really.
Ugh.
It's mainly getting these mechanics down, too. So you've got to do this just right. Or else David gets his ass beat.
Yeah.
No, David, no!
Jesus.
His name's David, not Jesus.
I promise. This final dose will hurt. What?
Oh. We have all the time in the world to figure this out.
David, watch out!
How? How did you know that?
It's interesting that David actually came after all this. How did he figure all this out?
I don't recall, to be honest. Still got your ass beat.
To your left?
David, watch
Or
out!
to your right?
How did you know that?
It's probably gonna be the same thing. I'll look around while we're...
Jesus. David Madsen. He's out cold. Good. I always hated that fascist fuck. Everybody at Blackwell did.
You
right,
can
Max?
kick. Why don't you trip him?
Yeah, maybe I can. Let's go back a little. There we go. Okay.
I promise.
So, lethal
This
dose.
final dose won't hurt.
David, watch out!
Time to shut the fuck up, okay?
Okay, that wasn't it.
Alright.
Get bashed it ourselves. Okay. You go back there.
I promise. This final dose won't hurt. What?
Kick. She may have all the time in the world, but we don't. Figure this out, Dio. Come on.
Yeah.
David, watch out!
There.
How did you know that?
It's like a very particular way of doing this. I don't... No. I'm just gonna get your ass handed to you again.
Yep.
Maybe we go back, like, really far? Let's see.
Yeah, I'd say go back to the very beginning and see if there's any new prompts that fly up.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. Okay.
Can I please ask you for one last request?
Oh, you got me, Max. How can I deny that face?
Play some music?
Could he Please,
One last picture.
at least play some music.
That's what it was. Fuck.
Even at the end.
Ha! How? 4 times! 4 fucking times! I'm not even playing this game!
I'm like 99% sure that was the right answer. Because I think we just outright die this time because he can't hear the door opening and stop injecting us. Oh, wait.
What?
Oh no, he just takes us hostage. Okay, never mind. Zippity doo.
One last photo.
Alright. One last picture.
What do you...
4 times.
One last picture.
4 times.
I...
Even in dialogue-based games, you still suck at them.
Don't believe that.
Jesus Christ.
You finally learned from me.
I swear to Christ if this works.
Well, we got a trophy for it, so I mean, that's a good sign.
But don't you want to access your journal now?
I mean, I can. Oh. Okay. Is that really an achievement picture? I guess it is. Okay.
Journals are all burned to shit.
Yeah. Who else have we... I was gonna try to eliminate the star, but...
This final dose won't hurt. What?
Okay, no, that's not the right one, I don't think.
Well,
got a
it
trophy out
shows
of
him
that.
putting the camera in a very specific area. So maybe try again.
I think it's the lights.
And would you mind turning off the lights? They make me squint, so I won't look good for the shot.
Now, you're thinking like a real photographer. And I don't want your last memory to be bad lighting.
God forbid.
Again, you could have paid someone to help you with this. But no, you chose to turn to drugs.
I promise.
Fucking dumbass.
This final dose won't hurt. What?
And...
David, watch out!
How?
You know, you've said that like 8 times now, and honestly, I don't think you're ever gonna dose and kill me.
Not the
Please
lights.
end this nightmare.
No, it's not that one either. Is it really the fucking water? Come on.
It takes so long to rewind these things now.
Mm-hmm. Some water.
Excuse me, but my throat is scratchy. Can I please have some water?
Of course. I don't want you to be uncomfortable.
It's a little late for that.
No, I guess now that it's in your range, you can kick it.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
I promise.
Ugh.
This final dose won't hurt. What?
Wait, did it give me a
Please let
prompt?
this final dose hurt so that I can die.
This final dose won't hurt.
It did give you a prompt, you just didn't see it.
David, watch out!
You probably have to warn first and then kick it.
Nope, not that early though. Maybe.
David, watch out!
How?
Get him! God. Oh, push, 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 push it, you fuck. There we go.
No gun. No balls.
Jefferson, it's over.
You are not going to stop me.
Well,
David Madsen. Of course.
back again.
You can't stop me. Oh.
It's over. You are not going to stop me.
What?
He's hiding a gun over there.
Gotta be something else you can do.
God damn it. Fucking David, you're worthless.
It's over. You are not going to stop me. Got it.
That's a whole fucking. God damn it.
Well, I mean, there was something really good that was different about that. He got shot twice.
Yeah.
Sorry, Madsen. You
Well.
should have.
Jefferson, it's over.
You are not going to stop me.
Why did you just stand there?
Oh my god.
It's over.
Oh.
Did you see how weak he stopped that? Wow.
Max,
Finally.
are you okay? Are you alright? Can you move?
Yes.
And he's out cold.
Thank you, David. Thank you.
Don't thank me. You brought me here.
You just died.
I just watched you die like 7 different times.
Yeah.
Let's wrap up this son of a bitch first. He won't be going anywhere when he wakes up. Except you are going to prison forever.
Oh, I thought he was gonna shoot him. I was about to be super happy.
I think that's something we can have him do.
Now it's your turn to be captured in a moment.
Yeah, fuck it, kill him.
Yeah.
Save Chloe. He burned everything, including all of my photos. Warren, yes, I can use that picture. he
Remember
took of
Drunk
us.
Warren? Here's the Drunk Warren ex machina.
Shit, no
Yep.
signal. Thanks, Mr. Jefferson, but you won't need this anymore.
Need to go upstairs first, bitch.
I had no idea he was this sick.
David,
Need to drive to a cell
are you
tower.
okay?
Look at this place. It feels like hell.
Jefferson was going to kill me, like he did to Victoria Chase.
Ah, I'm fine. I'm only bleeding from my face.
I always suspected that son of a bitch.
I mean, it's not like it's his chest like it was, you know,
I never did
7 times before this.
until too late.
You shouldn't have to suspect your teacher.
He wasn't a real teacher. He just wanted to lecture. It was part of his sick plans.
I wasn't surprised when you accused Nathan of drugging Kate Marsh. I thought so too. And Max, I'll never forgive myself for what happened to Kate.
I lure them in with my
I
charisma.
feel like I helped.
This
push
way I
her
don't have to get
forward.
lawyers involved when I kidnap them.
Don't
Would
blame
that be a
yourself.
loophole to missing a few
Nathan
days of
and
work?
Jefferson are the ones who put her up there.
I
What
knew
would
that
be?
think
Nathan
about that.
Prescott was a threat.
Hiring someone to
He just
kidnap
waited
you?
too long to
Oh.
neutralize
And if it was like a
Jefferson
service or
already
something
did.
like that? Because like
They had
you
some
did
weird
technically get
father-son
kidnapped,
thing going on.
but it was
Nathan killed Ray.
also
was
it was
voluntary.
kind
Jefferson had to
of
use
with
him as a
consent.
scapegoat.
That pervert was pulling all this shit right under my nose too. I
don't
could have
know.
stopped him and Nathan if only
I could imagine,
it wasn't so stupid.
like, if you played it right, you could get off work for
I
that,
told
but
Principal Wells Nathan had a
Yeah.
gun, and
I guess if you don't
almost
tell
used it.
your
But I
company
didn't
about
wanna
the
believe me.
legalities or about the
I should have been more loud.
the
We all make
reason why
decisions
you were
we regret.
kidnapped.
yeah.
But I
Don't
have
give
to
him
admit,
details,
I'm
just give him
impressed by
overall
you.
statements.
And Chloe, and your investigation. I had all the high-tech toys, well, you had each other.
Okay, so I entered dialogue with him because I thought we could, like, decide Jefferson's fate here, but, you know.
It's more exposition.
We-
Something
Yeah.
this game is full of.
Oh,
We
yeah.
are a great team.
That's one of my problems. I'm not good at teamwork. Never was. Even in the service.
I can't even imagine what you went through.
I'm not gonna make any excuses for my behavior. I tried to be a good soldier, but I wasn't so great. I tried to be a good father, too, but
When Joyce kicked me out, I had nothing.
Ah, so it wasn't because you were shell-shocked, it was literally just because you were
I'm
inadequate.
so sorry about that. I didn't want that to
Both
happen.
on the battlefield and in the bedroom.
We kept all those files.
War changes a man.
I was wrong about you. She does love you.
Oh, man.
It's pretty obvious.
She starts screaming. He just has a
Use my
flashback.
service as an excuse, but it's hard to come home after war. Most people don't know or care what it's like, except Joyce. She
Ow.
gave me hope, a new life.
And you saved mine. Chloe, she would be proud.
She was also a soldier.
I
She
just
served
wanna
in
see her
Vietnam.
safe with her mother.
I
But
guess.
she wasn't on America's
I
side.
promised Joyce I would go see a family counselor.
I'm sorry, but Joyce does
So
not
I
look
apologize to
Vietnamese.
Chloe.
He's sleeping with the enemy, Dio.
You should stop calling me step douche. So, where is Chloe?
Well, she may or may not be dead. Sure. You may as well know.
David. Chloe is.
Tell him the truth. You're inadequate as a bodyguard, and your daughter died. So
Yeah.
fuck you.
Even with all your surveillance, you fuck.
Mm-hmm.
He can't.
No, God. Not Chloe. Max, are you sure?
This can't be
Are
happening.
you?
Yes,
Yeah, pretty much.
I saw
That's
her.
what this scene is.
I saw
Yeah.
Jefferson.
But
Oh,
you
no.
know, this
at the
does
front yard.
have a give him a couple
Last
more,
night.
or make him a little bit more of a character.
Mm-hmm. I did have a little
lot-
bit more
When I
sympathy
was
with
feeling
him
sorry
after
for
I saw this
myself,
scene for the first time.
Yeah. Well, the fact that they're playing it as, you know, he not only knows that what he's doing is wrong and is actively trying to change it,
Mm-hmm.
while at the same time actually showing remorse and sadness for the consequences of some of his actions,
Mm-hmm.
does earn a lot more, or does earn points back into his favor.
This is very true.
You killed my wife's child, you sick fucker. And you took away my stepdaughter.
Because this particular scene concerning his reaction to Chloe's death says that he does care for her, and he's not just, you know, being married to his mother or being married to her mother.
Yeah, that's not the whole reason he's here, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. She's not just an extra piece of baggage to him.
Yeah.
He just wasn't able to express it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to see that.
What a mess. What have I done?
All that time.
Yeah, I
wasted
see you.
was
I
so
saw you die
reckless.
8 times earlier, so it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Hell, I've seen your daughter die twice now. Actually, 3 times.
We are past the point of mentally scarring.
My family.
Yeah.
You didn't fail. You did your best.
So if she actually is a planeswalker
You better get outside.
and exists in the MTG world, does this mean that she also isn't actually human?
David,
What do you mean by that?
thank you.
In MTG lore, there was the entirety of the reason of the existence of the planeswalker Karn, the artificial planeswalker, was because I can't remember what his name is. He's a blue planeswalker. The entire creation of Karn was because this other planeswalker wanted to be able to go back in time and basically stop the Borg from taking over his planet. But to do that, you had to be made out of non-organic matter. So what he did was he created this giant golem and gave it a planeswalker spark. Or gave it his planeswalker spark. So if she's able to travel through time and she does exist in the MTG world,
Freedom.
that means that she's not alive, technically.
This
Interesting.
one's real. I need to find Warren.
I mean, that would... well, I don't know. I was going to bring up the nosebleeds, but
Warren,
at the same time, that would kind of explain why that's like the only physical
never mind. Listen.
negative part of this, you know?
Photo you took last night in the parking lot.
Yeah, but why? It wasn't that great
The
a
reason
shot.
why she's not
Yes,
getting
it
blown
is,
into
and
bits
I
every time
want
she
it.
time travels
Where
like
are
we were
you?
discussing in 3.
The Two Whales Diner. Pretty that's trapped in here with Joyce thinks this is Armageddon weather. I'm expecting the ocean to turn.
She's really a Terminator.
I'm on my way.
Come on, that's crazy.
She's not a Terminator. She's just like a golem. Her parents never told him. Never told her about it.
Yeah. This is really why we sent you away.
Snap.
It's not over yet, Warren. So hold on.
The selfie-nator. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I just like to bring that up too, because that is one thing that frustrated me to hell about that movie series is how much time travel there is. The farther you get into it, it's like, oh my god.
Time travel the movie.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much, with robots thrown in.
Well, if you're gonna have bad storylines and convoluted like backlore and stories that make no fucking sense, time travel has to be there somewhere. Yeah. Kingdom Hearts is a prime example of that.
I thought you liked the
story.
It
got so far into the convolution and shoved its head so far up its ass without getting into time travel, and they fucking ruined it. Yeah.
Oh, this message
you could
is
just run.
Max, it's Nathan. I just wanted to say...
From Chloe.
I'm sorry.
No, this is Nathan.
I didn't want to hurt Kate or Rachel or... I didn't want to hurt anybody. Everybody used me.
That's why you brought a gun to school?
Mr. Jefferson is coming for me now. All this shit will be over soon. Watch out, Max. He wants to hurt you next. Sorry.
See, I'm always on the fence from that voicemail.
Well, most people who do go insane generally do have one last moment of clarity before they go completely under. So that was probably his moment of clarity right there.
This is very true. So yeah, I always assume Nathan's dead from this point on, because we don't see him again.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. The boy's dead. If he said Jefferson was coming for him, then yeah, he's definitely dead.
This is true.
So if everybody's evacuated the city right now, what we could do is we could definitely just like loot everything and then run. Oh hey, Kate, you're fixing to die again. God damn it, Dio! You can't keep Kate alive to save your life.
Pride before a fall, I guess. Heh.
Yeah. That is one megalodon of a storm. I will say that much.
Warren's at the Two Wheels Diner, so hurry up. Hey, that guy's trapped. I have to help everybody I can. Are you okay?
Once I get
let's see what puzzles we can figure out.
All of those way too long in this shithole town.
Okay, there we go.
And I ain't never coming back here. You need a lift?
No thanks. I have to find a friend.
You go, girl. You go.
Okay, you can't get out of duct tape, but for some reason you can help someone assist someone in lifting a fucking I-beam.
Mm-hmm. Oh. He's dead, so... Oh, shit. Okay. Did you just die? Like, were you alive before I got here?
That one emo chick is standing around.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, she is part of this.
She just gets bodied by a stop sign.
Get the hell out of here! Max, there's no way I can pass up these images. Just look at it. You can't take a picture when you're dead. Now move your ass. Okay, if you insist. Whoa, Max, you do know things.
His voice does not fit his body.
They do that a lot better in Before the Storm.
I better listen to the real everyday hero.
Yeah.
Come with me. I have to help somebody else first.
Let's see. Oh yeah, she's over here.
I've got to help somebody else before I can actually go to story progression.
Well, all of this is completely optional. I'm just doing it for moral sake.
Just to keep me in this hell longer.
Well, in that case, yes, I am saving every soul.
Again, can't break duct tape. Can lift a 10-foot long beam.
Well, you know, every superhero has to have their weakness. Apparently, it's duct tape.
No, apparently.
Damn, that was close. Thank you, Alyssa.
Now we're even.
She talks funny.
I'm sorry, but we're not even. I've saved your ass from, like, so many occasions. Like, maybe this is the only life-threatening one, but still.
True.
My point remains. Oh, sorry about you. How do we get through here?
You die.
Try?
You must die so that you may live.
I can't think about all those children out there.
Well, no, we can't really do anything about that.
You just screwed yourself.
I don't know. I know there's a way to go about this. Do we, like, go through the building up there again?
No, because the board fell down, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we can... Okay, no, we can't. Huh.
Can't you just jump that gap?
Duct tape.
No, right, this isn't an adventure game, so you don't have a jump.
Yeah. Pressing X, but nothing's happening.
I know, right?
I can't cross this way.
Let's just hope she's the only person in this world with time travel powers.
Yeah, really. Oh, here we go.
There's a door, isn't there?
How can I get out?
Yep.
I mean, it's a hole, but, you know. Oh yeah, this one's interesting. You turn on the sprinklers, but it fries this dude.
Good.
He's dead.
You just want to keep him dead.
No, well.
I'm saving him just to spite you.
Come on. You have to get out of here right now.
I need to breathe. I need air. Please, 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 please.
Oh, okay. Convenient broken glass.
Yeah.
You should get out of here.
The whole town is dying.
Okay.
Wouldn't that electrocute you, considering you're standing in the exact same spot he was?
Warren's photo.
I mean, it's like if we touch this, it's death. Although I can't tell if this floor is wet. I mean, it looks like it, so that should have just fried us both, but, you know.
You have protagonist armor.
Yeah, pretty much.
They can't come up with a better excuse. You can really tell that they, like, this was, like, late into production that they came up with this chapter.
It's the last chapter, they just gotta shove it out.
Well, they probably ran out of resources.
Yeah, that could very well be. Oh yeah, I remember this part. Is it... Okay,
It says die on that building.
Mm-hmm. How do I block this again?
Look at all the beached whales.
Look at all them chickens. I don't know why, I just love that meme.
Wasn't she standing in front of like a shit ton of ducks though?
It was something like that. It's like swans or something. It's just like, look at all them chickens.
I want to see something real quick before you actually solve this puzzle.
Okay.
What if you stand on the oil path?
Oh, like, see if
And
it'll
then
set me
playtime.
ablaze.
Yeah,
Protagonist armor.
that is so stupid. Then what is the actual threat?
Everybody dying in the diner. That's quite literally it.
And?
Stop that fire.
You're supposed to care, Jay.
Or is she in the diner? Or whoever you're meeting?
It's like Joyce and Warren and, you know, various other semi-main characters. Okay, like, how the hell am I supposed to stop this fire? Ah, there it is. Scoop.
Just move the barrel.
Yes.
No, it's the same trap. Hear what this newspaper says.
The monsters are actually the people here.
Oh. How poetic.
Yeah. What does it say? Bad. The Bay Bad Weekly.
Well,
Oh no, not her. I should have warned her. I never even asked her name. So selfish.
Crimson actually gave me shit for trying to talk to that homeless lady, and that's what came of that.
This is not a test. An E6 tornado warning has been issued for Arcadia Bay.
Oh well, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
She's just a homeless girl.
I'm trying to figure out how. I swear.
Now in effect.
There we go.
Max.
Oh, Frank's here too. Don't forget about Frank. Somebody loves
Well.
Frank.
Jesus, I am so glad to see you, sweetie. Are you
Oh,
okay?
that Frank.
Yes.
Frank, are you talking about?
Two whales is very
I didn't remember Frank. I don't bother to remember names in these kinds of games.
Oh, poor Officer Barry and all those people out
Oh, and the
there.
lottery guy
Okay,
too.
get your ass inside. I have to get back to this gentleman on the ground. Lauren has been gathering all the first aid.
It's not much, Joyce, but it's all we have.
You okay, Warren?
How the hell did I ignore all those warnings, Max? The snow? The eclipse?
There's nothing you can do about it, Warren.
Yeah, you don't have time travel, you schmuck.
Should have seen it coming.
Yeah.
So glad everybody is
That wasn't an eclipse, that was literally two fucking moons.
Well, there was an eclipse too in episode 2, if you remember.
Sorry.
I wasn't here for episode 2. Remember?
Oh, yeah, there was an eclipse in episode 2, whenever you pieced out.
Genius, dear. Genius.
I hate to say I'm glad to
I
see
take care
you.
of my own schedule. I don't, you
so
know,
glad
manage
to
your
see
schedule, so.
That's okay. The important thing is that you're safe.
Oh.
And I know you can take care of yourself after Nathan.
Should have done that a long time ago. But damn, Max. Can't believe you actually drove down here.
More importantly, your phone is safe. Now give me that picture.
Just for one photograph? I mean, I know you didn't come for me.
Warren.
Nope, you're right
I
about
came
that.
For all of you. Just
Yeah.
tell me you do have the photograph.
I just want...
I would love to see if anybody, like, really... Because there's a Warren-like character in Before the Storm 2. I wonder if there's anybody that really, like,
I wish I would have.
actually
So I'm
throws
just
them a
going
bone,
to tell you,
you
without
know?
any explanation. Trust me, okay?
I always do. You should probably tell me quick.
I had a vision in Jefferson's class of a tornado destroying Arcadia Bay.
Okay, let's
I
not
went to the
recap this whole
bathroom
story.
and saw my best friend Chloe get shot by Nathan Prescott. You with me so far?
Where else could I be? Go on.
Then I found out that I could rewind time. And long story short, Mark Jefferson is insane and dangerous.
And dead.
Is that all?
I don't understand any of this.
Tell me it again.
Yeah.
I have to go back in time. Jefferson already killed Chloe. I can't let that
He
happen.
killed Chloe.
I have to do something, Warren.
Max, going back in time is what caused the storm.
All because of me? How?
Oh, it's all your fault, Warren.
I'm not
It's
a
not
real
my fault.
scientist.
Yeah.
Even though I play one at school, but this seems like pure cause and effect. Maybe chaos theory. What
I
happened?
do love how
Butterfly
everybody knows chaos theory in this world.
Did he hurt you?
I know, right?
He used Nathan to get drugs and money for him. Jefferson tied me up and dosed me with
He
some
dosed me.
drug.
Okay, I just noticed her mouth is not even moving anymore. We're speaking
Yep.
telepathically.
So horrible.
I told you, man. These were the last couple.
so
These
sorry
had to be done in the
for
last
all
couple of
that.
days of production.
Yep.
You're the bravest person I've ever known. You know, I want to kill that son of a bitch. Where is
Already
he?
done.
Dead.
There we go.
History. Which I need to change fast to make it right again. Is that bad?
For every action, there's a reaction. Whenever you reversed or altered time,
So why was it that
maybe
one
you
particular
caused a chain
scene where her
reaction.
lips didn't move?
I
Even in the
don't know.
environment.
May just be my PlayStation. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're my friend, Warren. You believe me, right? I haven't told anybody else except for Chloe, and she can't help me right now.
I know I can be a pain in the ass, and you've always treated me like a person, not a beta nerd. I told you before that I'll always believe you.
I just wish I could trust my powers. I guess
But
we'll
you've
never
never
know
treated
if
me
it's
like a
magic
man.
or science.
Even if it's from a wizard or a wormhole, you're part of something bigger. I don't believe in fate or destiny, but after this week,
Now, you see,
I don't know
if she were an actual
That means
planeswalker,
both
this
of
would be the
us
part where
are-
her spark would ignite and
do
she would
know
end up
you're
on
here for a
Ravnica.
reason. And I guess it's up to you to find out why. Max, I'm sorry you got stuck in this. I don't have a fucking clue what's going on. But I have total faith that you'll do the right thing when the time comes. I'm so proud of you, Max. How could there be a more important moment in history? And I'm in the middle of it with you. So thank you for trusting me.
Thanks for being here. Always.
Warren. There we go.
Come on, Joyce.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Shut up and give me the picture.
Be careful
Yeah.
out there.
Cold shoulder,
Watch
bitch.
out for Joyce. And Frank.
I got this, Max. Go on.
I'm going to
Leave.
make the right choices from now on.
Yes.
I swear.
That's why you're super
Glad we're on
Fuck
the
this
same
guy.
page.
I got what I wanted from you. Now be gone from my sight.
Yeah.
You disgust me with
Done
your
with you.
penis.
We got no time for this shit. Come on.
Somehow
Max.
we still end up in the chair.
Yeah, really. Puts us right back in the chair.
Jesus, dude,
Well,
what's up with you?
I'm just glad we're
Yep.
here together.
I guess you need to talk. No worries. It's all good.
I'm glad you're with me too. What's going on, Max? We have to find Nathan right now. He's gonna
Sorry, Warren.
it to Rachel. Let's go now. Chloe, wait.
I guess I'll just take myself and my penis otherwheres.
Stop and listen for once. Fine, Max. I'm listening.
Chloe, you can't go in that party. You're gonna die if you do.
You used your powers, right? And you fucked around with time and I died.
Not like that.
You're supposed to back me up. So there's no way that punk-ass bitch Nathan Prescott is taking me down.
You're right.
I know
he
you're
won't.
steamed, but listen to the girl with time powers
Mark
right now.
Jefferson killed you.
Mm-hmm.
And others.
Jefferson, the art teacher? That's bullshit. Nathan is the fucking serial killer. We saw the proof. Now, excuse me, I'm going to that party to make sure he never hurts anybody again. Are you coming? Nathan is dead, and you're
No,
dead.
Nathan is just a rapist.
Fucker
He's
is
not as
already
bad as
dead.
a serial killer.
How do you know that?
And the fact that he's white
Because
doesn't
I
even
was
make him
there.
as bad as a robber.
Please tell me exactly what happened. Please.
And the fact that he's rich means he gets off scot-free.
Jefferson kidnapped Rachel and some other girls. He was also manipulating
Sad but
Nathan.
true, sad but true.
and killed him.
Then it's
Yep.
Jefferson's turn to die
Plus
now.
he's got money, so that helps too.
I understand why you don't want to do this, and I won't blame you for not coming with me.
Isn't that literally what I just said? He's rich, so he gets off scot-free.
Well,
If I'm
yeah.
totally strong and honest, she'll listen.
He has money, and he has money. His money makes money.
Pretty much, yeah.
Chloe, you can't get revenge if you're dead. It doesn't matter. I have to make Nathan pay for what he did to Rachel.
Nathan is
I know
dead.
You've got my back.
God damn it, that's not the right way at all.
She just won't listen.
Excuse
Okay, so Nathan's
Nathan
dead.
is dead. That fucker. Because will you
Called it right.
Mark Jefferson turned out to be a psychopath.
Okay, Max. Let's go in there as a team and take his ass out right now.
Chloe, I should never have run away from you like I did when we left Arcadia Bay. I know I hurt
Let's
you.
tug on the pathos
All I
here
ever
and
wanted was to
maybe
make
get her
up
to
for
stay.
you. Please don't run away from me.
Max, I'm not running from you. This is when I need you the most. This is how to make everything up to me. With your power and my gun, nothing in the universe can stop us now, Max.
No, not this way. Chloe, I can't keep fixing everything if all I'm gonna do is just break it over and over again. I know how this is gonna turn out, and I'm afraid I'm fucking up all these alternate realities.
Wait, alternate realities? What do you mean, Max? What did you do?
There we go.
I fucked up, Chloe. I wanted to make things right, but everything turned out wrong.
Max, what the hell are you talking about?
I was able to go back in time to the last day William was alive. I stopped him from leaving, but you ended up in a car crash instead.
You saw my dad again?
You were completely paralyzed. And you were
Like I
in
say,
pain.
just tug on the pathos and you keep her
slowly
here.
dying, and you,
I think that's the right term.
You
Isn't it
asked me to
pathos?
end your
Or is it
life.
ethos? I don't remember.
I have no idea.
For
It's
you.
been too long since I've written a paper, so.
I didn't want you to suffer in any other timeline or reality. I couldn't bear the thought of you in any more pain.
God, Max. That must have been awful for you. I'm so sorry I had to ask you that.
It was worse for you. But I had no idea what would happen, and as usual, I messed everything up, and I never want to hurt you. Ever. You have to believe me.
Of course I do. Do you think I would even know how to handle that situation? Nobody would. The important thing is that we're together again.
You're right. That's why you should come with me, so we can stay together and stay alive.
I hear you, Max, but do you think we should let Jefferson get away with torture and murder?
Of course not. If we tell David, he'll believe us, and he can actually stop him. Right?
I don't get it. Why do you trust him after you totally reamed him the other day? He's not even at our house anymore.
Yeah,
Chloe,
he saved me.
David saved me from Jefferson. If he didn't track down the dark room, I'd be dead right now.
Max, I had no clue. I should have been the one to save you, but I'm so grateful David was there. So what's your plan?
We tell him
There
everything.
we go.
Well, not exactly right now. More like 2 days in the future, I'd be dead.
Yeah.
You've been through so
Somehow,
much.
some way, I was dead.
I
Let
believe
me
you,
just
Max.
put it that way.
After all, I'm still your faithful companion.
Yes, you are. So listen, in a few minutes, I won't know any of this happened. Nothing. We absolutely have to stay in your room and do nothing. Then we explain everything to David. and we finally let him do his job. You'll have to tell me exactly what I did and said just now. Just explain that I traveled through time using the photo.
Will you believe me?
I'll always believe you, Chloe.
There we go.
Bitch, you're lying.
I mean, that's my problem. I always believe you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's endearing, but it bites you in the ass sometimes.
Too true.
Oh, Chloe!
Oh,
I see
yeah,
that the real
okay.
Max is back. So how was
And
your
you're
time
back at
trip,
the
dude?
Shut up. Oh, you're alive. You're alive. Oh, both of us. I did so much to bring you back, Chloe. It worked. It actually worked. You're with me again.
Looks like even fate doesn't want us apart. And I traveled through multiple realities just to save my ungrateful ass over and over, and I hope it was worth it. But I don't blame you for wanting me out of your life after all my drama.
And we did not go through all this just for you to
I'm the
be
official
all sad,
drama
Chloe.
king and queen of Arcadia Bay this week.
Now watch her die.
Look at what my powers
Like,
have
in the
caused.
middle of this little
Just a
monologue,
short
she just
time.
gets absolutely... She gets taken out by a flying whale.
Fucking Caulfield, Time Warrior. Even if you weren't, you're kind and caring.
It like skips off the ground a couple times, then goes back
You
into
didn't ask for any
circulation.
of this to happen, but it did.
Yep.
Oh,
You
man.
need to accept how awesome you are.
Maybe I willed it subconsciously or something. I always wanted my life to be special. An adventure. But not without you. And it didn't happen until I moved back here. So, without you, my powers wouldn't even exist.
And for whatever scientific, mystical reason that we'll obviously never figure out, we were meant to be together at this exact moment in history. I have to think that Rachel was somewhere behind the scenes, fighting for justice.
I'd like to think
Sure,
that too.
we'll go with that.
We all owe Rachel Amber. Now tell me everything that happened. You remember, right?
Well, we left the party and made sure Jefferson
God,
couldn't find
okay.
us. For once I was glad I lived in an actual fortress.
Sit back and
And
grab
the
your
store got
popcorn for a
hella
little bit.
crazy, and you said we would be safe at the lighthouse.
Yeah.
Chloe, look. The storm is getting bigger now. It's coming closer. Ugh, I can't even believe this is real. This is happening because of me.
Stop it. Just stop beating yourself up, okay? We both paid our dues already on it. God, look at that. Look at that monster. Who knows?
It's a tornado, Chloe.
This could be Rachel's revenge.
Yeah.
Our
Stop trying to be
revenge.
so poetic.
The
Maybe
lighthouse
we
is
can
out of the way
outrun
of
it.
the tornado. Come on.
Yeah, let's go to the lighthouse with higher ground. That makes sense.
I've got your back, Rex.
Here we go.
Alfred Hitchcock famously called film little pieces of time.
I'm back in class.
Lots of exposition.
These pieces of time can frame us in our glory and
I
our
have to
sorrow.
listen to this Jefferson lecture again. This might be hell.
Now, can you give me an example of a photographer?
Wait till you see the extent of this hell.
Messed up. Am I stuck in a time loop?
Anybody? Bueller?
Diane Arbus.
Be calm and don't freak out.
Can we take another selfie?
Because of her images of
Damn it.
hopeless faces.
Possibly.
We feel like totally haunted by the eyes of those sad.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this part.
She saw humanity as tortured, right?
What's going on?
And frankly, it's bullshit.
Nobody even cares?
Keep that to yourself. Seriously though, I could frame any one of
Oh
your
yeah, the
dark
part where it rains.
and capture
Is it raining blood or are birds just hitting the windows?
Birds are hitting the window.
Oh.
Everybody's gone now.
Oh, that's a sad part of this I didn't ever notice.
This
Oh,
doesn't
that
make
hurts. Ugh. That's where Kate usually sits. Oh, that hurts. Okay,
I
let's go
see
on
you,
with
Max
this.
Caulfield.
Oh.
Don't even think about leaving here
The
until
people
we
that
talk
you
about
let
your
die.
Yeah, well, if you save her, it doesn't show that blood stain, I don't
I just
think.
wanted to know if you'd like to spend the rest of your life in my dark room. Your purity inspires me so much, and we could be so happy together. Who needs selfies when I can give you portraiture?
No, you're having a
There's
nightmare.
no way I'm saying
Yeah.
that. No way.
I'll let you take the reins on this one. What do you want to see her say?
Oh, I actually have to read this?
Do you want to be
I
endearing
love you,
towards
Mr. Jefferson.
Aye.
I've been dreaming of the day when you would
Fuck it, I
finally
don't
tell
think
me.
this is gonna matter at this point.
It doesn't.
I love you, Mr. Jefferson.
It's a dream, so.
We need to play catch up on all the time we've wasted. Especially since there's nobody left in your life. I love you too, Max.
This can't be real.
Alrighty.
I don't believe it.
Alright.
Oh, this part's actually kind of interesting. Yeah. Is it my room that I need to go into? No.
They increase your speed.
Yeah, pretty
for
much.
this particular segment.
Oh, you'll see why here in a second.
Kate, Max, how could you
You're gonna
let
have to
me
run
jump
from
off
something.
A roof? You were
Oh
the
no,
only
it's
person
this
I trusted here,
just loops
but
for a
you
little
never
bit.
really listened to me. Now I'm never going to heaven. Instead, you've stuck me in hell, alone forever.
No, Kate, I was only trying to save you.
I can fly. Oh yeah, we have to go through specific rooms, I think.
Probably. So, welcome to the Lost Woods.
Pretty much. Deforestation has really wreaked havoc on it.
Oh, you don't know the Lost Woods, do you? Because you never played old games.
Shooting from
I'll
the
take
hip,
that
man.
as a yes. Yep. It's a segment in Ocarina of Time where where the area would loop back on itself unless you went through the right door.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is.
Try Max's room.
So I did the first time. I think the audio matters.
Drumroll, please. I present the spare piece of Blackwell. Thank you, Step Crick.
Oh, looped over.
I think that was Chloe. Let's try Victoria's. I don't think I've tried hers yet.
Probably not. Oh, you notice how the music's playing backwards now?
Mm-hmm. No? Okay. Are you just not gonna give me dialogue this time? Okay, well.
Probably not. You didn't try the door at the very end.
This hall never ends.
You've literally been trying the same 4 doors.
I think... well... Door at the end. Let's see. That door doesn't work, apparently.
Not the best time for a prank. Keys, please.
So 220. Tried that one. That one... Have we gone into 218?
I don't think so.
Okay, so 218 isn't it? I know I've done 224. I don't think I've done 223.
I am the key master.
already tried Kate's.
Watch it be the exact same door that you were that you entered through the first time.
Probably just keep going through Kate's.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try it.
You know who might know the answer to this?
Who? Oh, okay.
God damn it. I was waiting for it. I gave you so many options. I gave you so much time. And you still didn't know the answer.
Oh, man.
Whose keys did you take?
I don't know whose keys those are supposed to be. Let's see. Let's try Kate's door again, maybe. Okay.
Well, you could look for the key.
I think I heard Chase in that. Let's see.
Never mind me, officer. I'm just here to steal a drug dealer's key.
So 221 is Victoria. 220 is. Let's try this.
Drum roll, please. I present the spare keys to Blackwell. Thank you, Step Crick.
Okay, so that doesn't help. Spare keys to Blackwell. Unless, are we supposed to try and use that door at the end now? Let's see. Okay, so yeah, we still do have those keys.
Can you take a look at what the keys are? Or is there like an item description?
Interesting art. No, we don't really have a item thing here. Oh, it changes up the text too. That's interesting. We got a text from Papadoo. Okay, that's kind of funny.
Bitch, do not mess with Frank or me. You got a snack. That's awesome.
Okay, so that was Frank talking. Try the bathroom?
The squirrels talk to me, but how can you? I do not have a phone.
Let's try yours again.
Not the best time for a prank. Keys, please.
Okay, they keep talking about keys. Where am I supposed to be using these keys?
I'll give you 3 more door turns, and then I'm looking up a wiki.
Yeah. Let's try my door.
Wait a minute, do the audio cues change each time?
Okay, so that was Max saying I'm the key master. It's all stuff about keys from like different people at the moment.
Okay, so here's probably what it has to be. The audio cues change if you go through the right door. So, since she just said I am the keymaster, you probably have to walk through Max's door first, and then listen for the next audio cue.
Maybe. Let's see. So, door. Okay, so that was Frank talking about keys to his RV.
Frank. Who had good relations with Frank?
Really just Chloe and Nathan, I thought.
So try going. Oh no, Chloe doesn't have a room.
Yeah.
Well, weren't there other people that were involved with him as well?
I think so. I think Stella was. Let's try her.
So try Stella's room. See if that gives you an audio cue. Okay, so let's restart this entire process again.
Okay.
Go through Kate's door. And let me listen to the audio cue that happens after that.
Okay.
Also, I can't hear hardly anything.
It's even subtle on my end. I have to jack up my headphones.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind me, officer. I'm just here to see what's up your key.
So who was that?
I think that was Max.
Okay, so go through Max's door.
Okay.
Drumroll, please. I present the spare keys to Blackwell. Thank you, step correct.
Okay, so Chloe, I present the spare keys to Blackwell.
There's gotta be a key here. Find it.
And it was Max that said that?
Oh. Well, it just gave me 2 cues that time. Gave me Chloe and then Max. And we still have the keys. What the hell? Okay. I'm looking this up, because apparently I do not remember this.
I get the feeling we're close. So maybe since we got the first key by the girls' dormitory, we go to the girls' restroom?
Maybe.
I will say the audio is super quiet in this, though.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Holy solution. Here we go. Room. Use any door to restart. Table near the restroom. There's a key there. It's for room 218. So where's 218? Okay, so Dana's
I believe
room.
that's Kate's. Dana's.
Okay, so go through there. Okay, money, baby. 218, 224. Get to play as Victoria now.
Oh my, it's Max Coffey.
Beautiful.
Then 219, okay. Yeah, I thought there was something behind the audio cues, but apparently not at all.
Okay, that's kind of stupid. So how are you supposed to know that?
I don't really know. I mean, like, 221 was Victoria's room where we're Victoria. And then beyond that, I don't know how you're supposed to guess that. I think even the music is reversed in this too. Yep, it is.
Yes.
Oh, pardon. Oh, excuse me. It's like, I know there's a photo I can take in here. Is it of the skeleton? Oh, wait. Did I just take a photo? No? Well, then why did it pop up the journal queue? Okay. Maybe. Oh, that's cool. If you go back in time, the song plays right. I'm sorry. I've just never reversed in this scene, so it's like new and interesting.
So I'm guessing that did nothing.
Yeah, I know there's a photo opportunity somewhere in here, but I don't remember exactly. Let's go in the bathroom. Or the void.
Same difference.
Don't try to hide, Max.
Once again,
Get over
stealth
here.
mechanics.
Let me capture you.
Nice.
Jefferson is coming after me again. No.
You used to be so pure, so innocent. Now, you have to die.
Here we go. Maybe? Okay, yeah, just don't turn around. We're good.
Please understand. Max! You used to be so pure, so innocent. Now, you have to die. Please understand, Max. Oh, Max!
God damn it, I thought it was hidden enough.
Understand, Max.
If only you could fast forward time.
Yeah.
Yes, I can be myself. He is in the dark room.
Okay, so how do you move?
With his legs, probably.
I can't believe you let that hillbilly
Oh,
Max.
okay, I have to trigger him. Okay.
Believe you let that hillbilly murder me in cold blood.
Oh, am I going around? Which way are you going?
To your spark.
That way.
Max.
Okay.
I thought I could be your professor for life.
Good evening, Blackwell. This is Principal Wells, and I'm here to drop the mic on Max Caulfield.
Go, 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 go. Okay.
Attention. I regret to announce that one of your fellow classmates, Maxine Caulfield,
Max, where are you? Max, come out to play. Come out to play.
This is why it's good we cold-shouldered Warren.
Hey,
Yeah.
baby. Who wants to go ape? Go ape, baby. You dig my wheels, Max?
I knew I should have given that
Get in the
scholarship
car.
to Victoria
I'll take
instead of
you for a
Max.
ride. Get in the car.
What kind of sick mind would steal money from the handicapped?
Come over here.
I forgot we did that. Bless you.
No problem.
Yeah, the money we stole earlier was supposed to be for the handicap fund, so you're supposed to feel bad about it.
Oh, who
Yeah.
gives a shit?
Oh no. Bottles. This might be
Max.
hell.
Max. Hey.
Here we
She
go.
gave great. If you took some of my.
Well, these ones aren't too hard to find.
Okay.
Why are you looking at me like that?
So I'm gonna try and scour this the best I can, but goddamn do I hate hunting these bottles.
Stop right now!
Why do you have to hunt them?
Because it... Another
took
puzzle for
some
the
of
sake
my-
of a puzzle.
bad bottle karma.
Heard Chloe smack talk you. It was brutal. But of course, I see what she's talking about now.
There we go.
Is there one more left?
Yes. Thank God.
You took...
Especially you.
Great headshots.
Oh, there it is. I am proud of myself.
Here for the dark room.
Yeah, you only got caught like 5 times.
Let that be the last one.
Well, I mean, it's not like there's any repercussions for being caught. You just got rewind.
Yeah. There's no repercussions for really anything in this game.
Yeah. Tis the truth. Tis the truth.
You took some of my...
There we go. Photo, hey.
That bottles were out to get me, just in case.
In the shatter. Can we go in the lighthouse? No, we can't go in the lighthouse. Oh, I guess we
Probably
have to
sit next to the lighthouse.
I think we have to actually sit in this bench.
Take a selfie while you're there.
It's snowing. So this always reminds me of that DreamWorks, not DreamWorks, I think it's a Disney short where it's, you know, a snowman that's stuck in a snow globe.
Oh yeah, and he's trying to get to the hot chick.
Mm-hmm. That's what this scene always reminds me of.
Yep.
Hello? Hey, just making a fabulous breakfast with Chloe and Max.
So when is this avant-garde shit gonna end?
I think we're pretty close to the end of it.
Of course I'll come with you. Now, choose to get him home. Excuse me, ladies. I have to go rescue yonder queen at the Save Mart. She don't have many bags of delicious grub for us to feast upon. You'll be grateful for that someday. Shit, where are my keys?
That's $1 for the swear jar.
You mean your college fund?
Oh, hello. Oh yeah, let's turn up the picture.
Another $1 for the swear jar.
You're bankrupting me. Aha! You can't hide from me forever. Now lock up after I leave. Play nice. Try not to destroy too much of the house. And no Chloe and Matt. Wine tasting session.
Dad.
Yoink.
Lol. Don't forget to remind them that you let me die.
As long as it doesn't say Kate. I don't need William on my ass about that too.
I think you'd be perfect for my new photo series on retro grunge. You have the same qualities that I loved in Rachel.
I can very easily see this becoming a singularity.
Max is a fucking child.
Oh, Christ, I know. And she never shuts up, does she?
I'm so over her hipster bullshit.
I think everyone at Blackwell is over Max. Let's prove it.
Booyah, Warren. I thought you were all over Max's shit.
She's not all that. So who cares if she doesn't kiss me?
Oh, you should have
Oh yeah,
seen
the
her
game tries to
move
make
on me in
you
my room.
feel bad about
Hella
giving
Max
Warren
should
the
see
cold
me
shoulder.
Move on you.
Yeah.
Come here.
God damn, you're a sexy bitch. Why hang out with Max, huh?
Boredom. Plus, she's like my personal puppet.
Why are you not wearing pants?
Do you want a party?
I think it's just to add to the uncomfortable part of this.
Shit. Look at
Yeah.
Max spying on us. Take a fucking picture, bitch. Or take a selfie. See, this is how you bust a move, Max. No mosh pit for you, Shaka Bra. Damn, Victoria. You're a real woman, not a little girl like that.
So see, I know this is supposed to make you feel bad, but it's just like, you know, Chloe turns into a whore. That's all I get out of this.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I guess it's supposed to insinuate that like that they are actually in a pretty deep relationship, and the thought of her with anyone else is supposed to be bad. Is supposed to make Max super angry.
This is very true.
I wish you would have never come back to Arcadia Bay. You're the real Storm.
Oh, I thought the game was gonna freeze. I was like, Dad, damn it.
It just had to load.
Okay, let's see. Okay, I do remember this puzzle.
Great. Numbers are all over the place.
Let's see, 0311. It's like some Saw shit right here.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch those movies?
Nope.
Don't kill us, Max.
I like got into like the fourth, if I remember right, and I just kind of bailed on it.
I was about to start a new life.
Honey, I always thought of you like a
So this is how Max gets her
right. Husband and new baby. I wish we had been friends.
Who are you? Holy shit, are you serious?
All these character models.
You dumbass.
And the reason why they have all these character models here is because they're all still.
Can you get me out of here?
All
So you
still.
want help? Thought you could control everybody and everything,
Oh.
huh? Twist time around your fingers. I tried to help. I only wanted to do the right thing. No, you only wanted to be popular. And once you got these amazing powers, your big plan was to trick people into thinking you give a rat's ass. I do care. That's why I was trying to make friends. By telling people what they want to hear? You were just looking for a shortcut because you can't make friends on your own. That's not true. I have great friends, and I've used my powers for good. Please, stop playing innocent. You're a goddamn hypocrite. You've left a trail.
Now see, this Max has a lot more personality than the Max we're playing
That
as.
was not my
It kind of does, which is the sad part.
Don't you dare talk about our mom that way. What about the crap that was your fault? Wait, let me guess. You fucked up time and space for your precious punk Chloe? You think she's worth all that? Of course. She's my best friend. Oh yeah, you ignored your best friend for 5 years while she went through hell. Some friend. Chloe does a better job of guilt tripping me than you do.
See, this is why it's easier to play with you, is because we're always like on the same wavelength about these things.
But you didn't do that homework, so you have to learn the hard way. Like Rachel. Just shut up. You're not scaring me anymore. I'd be more worried about Chloe killing us than Jefferson. Max, do you really think she has any feelings for us? You're just another puppet. Man, you are so stupid. I'm embarrassed to have the same name. And someday Chloe will destroy.
So we're basically just seeing the manifestations of Max's fears. This isn't actually like an alternate reality. This is just her dreaming.
Dude, do not
Pretty
even fuck
much.
with her head. She knows what we went through together this week, and you don't.
Or
There's
maybe
no
it
way you
is.
can break up our team. This is reality.
I feel like this one may like legit be another reality.
After 5 years, you're still Max Caulfield.
Then why is everybody
I am seriously glad to see you.
Frozen?
Frozen.
Well, maybe in this reality she really did fuck with time too much and everybody just froze besides her and Chloe.
Possibly.
Oh yeah, here's your recap of the whole game.
This song fucking rules.
Quite literally.
Can't dance, hippie? Come on. You were here today, Max. You saved me. I'm still tripping on that. Seeing you after all these years. Let's talk about your superpower. Epic. Welcome to American Rust, my home away from hell. You saved me again. Crazy. Now we're totally bonded for life. I'm so glad you're my partner in crime. As long as you're my partner in time.
I love that.
Max, you better come check out these files. It's not a cowabunga. Why, look, an otter in my wall. Let's call it a draw.
Oh, the puns.
Yeah.
Photobomb. Photo hog. I double dare you. Kiss me now. Damn, you're hardcore, Max. Oh, we could cruise everywhere in this bad boy. Can you see us heading down the coast to Big Sur and beyond?
Nope.
I know.
There we go.
Not until I see it first. You know the rules, Dad.
Dude, it's weird hanging out with you again. I know. I'm glad we are, though. Whoa, awesome picture. We look so badass in our pipe. Chloe, you're back. I'm just... Kate wasn't the first. All those binders are... Rachel!
So this could very well be an example of saying that this was all supposed to happen up until now.
Yeah, kind of like this is all fate.
Yeah, because you're not going on, or you're not able to like wander around freely anymore. It's just on one linear path.
Yeah.
And it's all leading up to the exact same moment.
I can see it, yeah. Gotta merge back with our body.
Mm-hmm.
Max,
And
can
here
you
we
hear
are, at the big finale.
Chloe?
Mm-hmm.
I must have passed out. Oh, thank
Yeah.
God. Don't you ever do that again, okay? I swear. But that nightmare was so real. It was so horrible.
Yeah, it's called lucid dreaming, bitch. Get over it. Or rather, lucid nightmares.
This is my storm. I caused
Eh.
I caused all
Difference between a dream and a nightmare is in the eye of the beholder, in my opinion.
so much that
No, lucid dreaming is being able to have complete manipulation over your dreams. Lucid nightmaring is also called it's called sleep paralysis or sleep psychosis, I believe, where you're conscious during your dream but you have no control.
you didn't ask for it.
That's interesting. Didn't know there was an actual difference.
Yeah, there are, and trust me, if you ever if you ever are a part of sleep paralysis or lucid nightmare, you'll know.
And you're amazing.
Is that kind of the equivalent of night terrors?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
It's basically like
This is the only way.
you've never lucid dreamed, have you?
I feel like I took the shot 1,000 years ago.
I don't know. I could say I have because, like, I'm vaguely aware of, like, interacting with my.
But you've never been in full control.
No, it's more or less like influence, if that makes any sense.
All that would take.
I don't really know how to explain it. It's basically it's something that taps more into your psyche, and delves more into your fears than it does your positives. You don't and as such you don't really have control since you don't really have control over the dream, but you still know everything that's going on. It terrifies you because your mind can't make sense of what's reality and what's
deserves so much more than to be killed by a storm in a fucking diner.
Yeah, I did have a period in my life where I was like, you know, going through that whole thing of, you know, using various forms of meditation and everything to lucid dream, but I don't know, it's just never really occurred for me.
I won't trade you. You're not trading me. Maybe you've just been delaying my real destiny. Look at how many times I've almost died or actually died around you. Look at what's happened in Arcadia Bay ever since you first saved me. I know I've been selfish, but for once, I think I should accept my fate. Our fate.
Yeah, but actually, concerning you dying, regardless of whether or not you die by the time Mark Jefferson finds us, we still get the storm, so I don't think that's really the issue.
Yeah.
Wherever I end up after this, and whatever
It kind of shows that, you know, Chloe's not the be-all and end-all of this.
and they'll always
Yeah, it's literally just exactly what part. To be honest, if we're going by the actual rules of this game, it's this isn't a winnable scenario. You can't escape this storm because the actual catalyst of the storm is literally you reversing time the first time, and you can't reverse you reversing time.
You can.
So, no, you can't.
If you kill Chloe, you basically,
I'm talking about realistic terms, dude, not actually this.
Well, yeah.
Sacrifice Arcadia Bay and let's get the fuck out of here.
Okay, sounds good.
But if we're talking about, like, in an actual scenario, this is an unwinnable situation. You can't avoid the storm.
Because you've already set it in motion.
We've already gotten so selfish. Might as well go the deep dive.
I mean, that's how I always end my playthroughs. Fuck Arcadia Bay.
Saving Arcadia Bay.
Oh no, I've never saved Arcadia Bay.
The way I view it is that if you fucked up to the point where the cosmic forces of nature are trying to take out the town, you might as well go balls deep with it.
Yeah. Consider your losses and just get out of town.
You're like half an inch away from being completely balls deep. You might as well go that extra half inch.
Yeah, I feel you. That back out at the last moment.
Yeah. You've come so far. Fuck it. Goodbye, Arcadia Bay. Nobody will remember you.
Not even a real town,
now,
anyways.
Now, about my horse race idea. Just imagine them completely like wiping Arcadia Bay off of their memories and just immediately going off and doing what they want to do.
It's pretty much how it goes. We just drive off and call it good.
Do we get snapshots of like what happens afterwards and everything?
I don't remember. We'll have to see. There's a whale. It's another whale.
All the whales. So it was whale NATO.
Apparently to some degree.
Not quite as devastating as I thought it'd be.
That's one thing, like, you know, the town does look desecrated and everything, but by no means is like everybody dead, I would imagine.
Yeah, there were a couple of people who survived. The Prescott survived, probably.
Yeah.
No, the Prescott's definitely survived.
I guess, like, Joyce and everybody would be dead, because remember in that one timeline we had to stop the diner from getting blown up, so I guess that's a thing, but...
Everybody who stayed in Arcadia Bay died.
Pretty much.
But thinking about it also, wouldn't they have already known the storm was coming?
That is one thing. Like, did they not have early warning? Yeah.
Yeah, they should have like early warnings, or at least a severe weather storm watch with a high likelihood of tornadoes. The people who didn't listen are just dumbasses.
It's like it's your own fault at this point. Don't put this on me. I need to turn down the headphones. I had them turned up for the hallway scene, and now I'm getting like blasted by music. It's like, ugh.
Hey Chloe, let's go to Seattle. That reminds me of that reminds me of a blooper from Full Metal Alchemist. At like the very end, after everything's been resolved and everything has been like finished. It's purely in the bloopers. Ed turns to Al and just says, "I think we should try and bring Mom back."
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's in the bloopers, but it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Alright. So that's the end of that chapter, isn't it?
Yep. Good 50-50 split.
You probably should have played the Should have played the epilogue so that we could actually talk over that, but oh well.
Let me X out this. So
Well,
yeah,
isn't
there's
there a
not
way
really...
to view the credits?
I'd be surprised if that wasn't the thing. Let's see. Director's commentary. I'm really surprised there is no way to view the credits. But yeah. So what were you going to say?
I guess we'll... let's go ahead and get final thoughts going. You go ahead and start, since you were the one who played the game.
I mean, this is one reason why I wanted to drag you through this, is because, you know, all of the stuff that I don't think of and or notice in a game, you always kind of bring to light. And, you know, I had a dim awareness that I like this game, but, you know, you've definitely toned it down a few notches. Like, you know, I'm not super fond of it, just because of all, like, the dev stuff you've brought to mind, like, you know, especially towards the end with those dream sequences and everything. And then, you know, of course, poor storytelling around the time, going backwards and forwards in time. Like, you know, I noticed a few little quips through my playthroughs, but, you know, kind of having a third party almost look at this really, you know, helps me, like, see. And I don't know, like, I still give this game like a 7 out of 10, but it's not, you know, 10 out of 10 like I, you know, the first time I went through this, that's for sure.
Alright. Well, I mean, I mentioned this at the very beginning of the playthrough, and I probably mentioned this throughout a couple more times whenever we were playing other games, but I'm not really one for, like, pure story games, like
the Telltale
Life
format.
is Strange, like the Telltale format, like Beyond Two Souls. They're games that I can watch, but they're not games that I can openly play. Because to me, it basically it feels like a movie with extra steps.
With a few little interactions here and there.
So for me myself, I don't like this game. But if I look at it like the story writing and the graphics for the production team that actually put their work in behind it, it was a good game. I'm not going to justify most of the story because there are a lot of plot holes and a lot of loop arounds and a lot of things just flat out don't make sense. But if you don't look at it under the same kind of eye that I look at it in, because that's really the only way I can find any kind of entertainment in this game, it's a good game for anybody who likes these kinds of games to play. It doesn't revolve around, you know, like fighting difficult enemies or taking out huge shit. It revolves more around you being absorbed in the story, being absorbed in the world, and essentially being detached from, like, your reality and entering theirs.
See, and that's completely, like I was saying, why I wanted to bring you along, because, like, the first time I played through this, I was 100% immersed. Like, I played through this entire game in one night. Like, I could not get enough of this game. But, you know, like you say, you cannot just sit through and play this game. You have to look at, you know, dev stuff and, you know, completely analyze the story to keep yourself entertained. So I knew you'd take, you know, different viewpoints of this throughout.
Well, yeah, and I mean that's not me bashing this game or this genre or anything of the sort. I'm not, by all means, I'm not saying that these are bad games. Like, I loved Detroit Become Human. I kind of liked Until Dawn. It really kind of kicked itself in the dick with all the cliches, but overall it was a good story. It's just, I can watch these games, but I can't play them. Because there's not enough to, you know, capture my interest and keep me motivated to keep moving around. I can view it as I can watch someone else play it, and enjoy it that way. As long as I'm not, you know, and as long as I don't have to keep open commentary about it, I can get absorbed in the story. But there literally isn't anything for me to commentate on this game other than, like, issues with it or, like, design choices or picking out these flaws and inadvertently making the game worse for anybody who views it,
Well,
or
and,
having that come off as a negative light.
well, and like, what is it that trips you up about these sort of games, anyways? Is it just like the hidden, well, not hidden, but the interaction aspect of it? Because I assume you watch movies just fine.
Well, I can watch movies just fine, and I can play games just fine. But it's the awkward mixture of the two.
Okay.
Like, I can play a game like Kingdom Hearts, or I can play a game like Devil May Cry. Games that are somewhat cutscene heavy, but at the same time, they're also, like, engaging. You know, Kingdom Hearts has, like, all the areas that you have to go through and explore, and all these and all the enemies that you kill, just as Devil May Cry does. So there's a bit of release between, you know, watching an hour's worth of there's something to keep my interest going. And it's not just exposition after exposition. And as far as movies go, if I'm going to sit down and watch a movie, I'm sitting down and watching a movie. I'm not sitting down and watching a play act where every 5 seconds the main character or the protagonist of the story will turn to the audience and say, "What do you want me to do now?" That's what I view these games as. And that's why it makes it hard for me to actually, like, get involved in the story, because it takes too much of it dances around the line of, you know, having you make the choices as well as also go down the exact same story you're supposed to go down.
Well, it sounds like to me that it's, you know, part of the thing is the interaction aspect kind of yanks you back out of it instead of, like, giving you an extra.
It yanks me out rather than reeling me in.
Yeah.
And it's literally because what they have to offer isn't anything really that catches my attention. You know? Like, if it were, like, slightly more action based, or not even action based, if it was slightly more puzzle based, you know? Like, there was a really, really old indie game that I used to play that was an in-browser game. I don't even think it's considered an indie game, it's just a flash game. And it was called The Company of Myself. And what it was, essentially, was a game talking about a guy. The entire goal of the little game was just to get yourself from one side of the map to the other. And platform. Very, very simplistic platforming, very, very easy platforming. And in between them, there was dialogue that came along and told you, like, what the story was. In itself, it was pretty simplistic, but at the same time, it kept me, involved in the story and involved in the gameplay as well, because they were both working in tandem with each other. And the platforming segments, while they were simple, they were by no means, like, easy to figure out at first.
Okay.
So it's like there has to be, like, a common, just as much story as there has to be just as as engaging gameplay.
So, like, that's why Hollow Knight was such a good... Hollow Knight and, like, Soulsborne games are such a good fit for you, because, yes, they have a lot of story, but there's a shit ton of mechanics along with that, and you actually have to go and hunt the story instead of just having it served to you.
Well, no, I don't play Dark Souls for the story. I don't play Hollow Knight for the story. I play Dark Souls for the brutal difficulty, and I play Hollow Knight for the platforming and the Metroidvania aspect. Okay. The lore was just an extra little side piece. There are things that you actually have to actively go out and search for, which I don't have the fucking time for. I would much rather just watch a YouTube video, like check out Vadi Video or whoever else does the lore of Hollow Knight and those games. It's an interesting tidbit to add to the world, but the story is not the reason why I go to those kinds of games. I go to those kinds of games whenever I want an actual fucking challenge and something that takes some time to learn.
Okay. Alright. Well, I think that pretty much sums everything up for this game, at least.
Yeah, so if you guys haven't played Life is Strange yet, and you didn't watch the entirety of our our stream, go ahead and play it for yourself. I mean, honestly, it is a, I can't say it's a well-written story, but it's a decent story, at least. If you look at it through rose-colored glasses, it is an amazing story. If you don't look at it with an overcritically eye that requires you to be talking 100% of the time, it's a good story.
Yeah, and like I say, the first time I played through this, it was like I say, it was a one night ordeal. Like I, went through chapter after chapter, and I just blazed through this fucking thing. So,
like I'm pretty sure that if I just stumbled across this game somewhat, I could play it to an extent. I wouldn't play it for very long, and I probably wouldn't beat it for a couple of months unless I was just extremely bored. But I would still play it.
Yeah.
Just to see the story.
Weirdly
if
enough,
Let's Play is worth a thing.
Weirdly enough, I came across this video from wherever PewDiePie played it.
I've always heard about this game, and the reason why it showed up on my radar was because I used to be an avid Tumblr user, and this game popped up right about the time the LGBT community started like rearing its head and like making an active point in life.
Yeah.
And everybody was ranting and raving about this game because it's two lesbians having fun together. This is a sign that video games are moving forward. Okay, yeah, sure. I just stopped shoving it in my face every other post.
Pretty much.
I will say that is also part of the reason why I'm so kind of turned off to this game.
Just because of that bad hand experience.
Think about it like this, right? Do you know how? Have you ever hung out with kids for an extended period of time?
Yeah, decently.
Have you ever had a kid that comes up to you and says, "Hey, have you heard about Reptar?" And the first time you hear them say it, it's like, okay, yeah, I've heard about Reptar, and you have a little conversation about them. And then they come up like 10 minutes later and talk to you about Reptar again. You're like, okay, yeah, it's a cute little toy. And then they just keep coming up to you every 5 or 10 minutes, coming up with different things to say about Reptar. To the point where you just sit there and you're like, I don't want to fucking talk about Reptar anymore. Can we talk about something else?
Yeah, I understand that.
That's essentially how I view a lot of like pieces of media and a lot of pieces of gaming and entertainment and that kind of stuff. It's like if I get a limited amount of exposure to something, or if I get exposure to something in like small quantities over a long period of time, then yes, I'll consider it. But if I see it on Facebook and Tumblr and Twitter and YouTube and everywhere, I see so much of it that it turns me off to the thing entirely, because it's not because of a hipster thing, but it's literally just because I hear everybody talking about it, and I don't want to have anything to do with it.
Well, I can totally understand that, because I say I picked this game up from a PewDiePie Let's Play, but as probably why I did like it so much is because I didn't watch his full Let's Play. I went through the first 3 minutes of the first episode, saw that the mechanics, saw that that is really story based and everything. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pick it up for myself because I don't want any of this spoiled, and I don't want to hear about it until I've experienced it myself, because, well, for one thing, I don't want to be biased going straight into it. That's I guess spoiler culture at that point, but
And see, I'm not specifically talking about actively searching for it. It's more of the fact that whenever I see My Hero Academia, for example, I see whenever I thought it was a somewhat interesting anime to begin with. I'd never watched a single episode, but it started showing up everywhere. It was in my Discord chats. It was on Tumblr. It was on YouTube. There were so many people that were referencing this thing. I didn't know. I still know very little about it, except for Deku likes to break his bones, and that's it.
Yeah.
But I can't watch it because I've seen it everywhere, and all I want is to wait for it to die down and fucking stop being in my face for 20 minutes, and then maybe sometime in the future, maybe a year or so in the future, I'll think about it again and I'll consider watching it. But it's this amount of exposure that I get to certain things and certain games, certain animes, certain topics
media
that just turn me off to listening to them because I'm tired of everybody talking about them.
I understand that, yeah. Well, in that case,
But I will say that this is this definitely is a game for a good game for people who like this kind of thing. It's not necessarily my cup of tea, but if anybody has been willing to stick with us through the past week that we've been playing this game, you should definitely check it out for yourselves and tell us how that Save Arcadia Bay ending goes, because I'm never going to play this game again. Dio doesn't like that ending. Tweet us, I guess, or post a comment on YouTube if this video doesn't get copyright struck.
Well, I mean, they're still up. It's just, I guess since they use so many indie artists throughout here, it triggers the bots. So they're still up. At least last time I checked.
Oh yeah, just leave us a comment telling us how the other side of this goes.
Yeah. And we'll see.
And do that, and Dio will give you 500 trillion Monopoly dollars.
Yeah, that, and we'll see. I'm curious to see if you think anything has improved with
Before the Storm.
Yeah, Before the Storm tomorrow. So,
how long is it? Just one chapter?
It's 3 chapters.
Three
so
chapters.
It's shorter than this game.
So it's going to be like 6 hours?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I could probably hang around for that. And then after that, we're going to be going into my choice, which I am keeping a secret from Dio for now.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be delving into two games that are literally nothing but story. So I'm going to dive us into a game that is no story.
Okay.
Like, even less than Dark Souls. So, we're going to be getting into that, and it's going to be fun.
I don't have any idea of what you're doing. It kind of excites me.
All right. Well, we've sat on this pause screen long enough. You guys have a good one, and we'll see you tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
So we shall. Goodbye.